Hey, can you hear me? Microphone, and I've just taken it out, and I would like to believe that you can hear me out there. So I'm ready to get into the podcast. I'll just wait for the go ahead from my team that we now have sound. And if we now have sound, then I can go for it. It's gonna be good tonight. Okay, so it looks like we have sound. So I'm gonna go for it. Welcome, come on in, settle down, share the link, and let's do this together. This is gonna be good. I'll be here for not very long because I just want to introduce what we're gonna be dealing with this year, and then we will pick it up from there. We'll just take up the sound and see if we can get into the podcast today. Go ahead and share the link. Tell somebody David is live right now, talking about 24 plenty. So today we are dealing with 24 plenty, our theme for the year, and I just want to introduce it by way of somewhat giving me a roadmap. I'm gonna give a brush stroke of what we're gonna be dealing with this year. I'm excited because this is the year when we get to tell somebody about how to prosper, how to get to the top, and how to enjoy the God of plenty. And so we are calling this year 20 plenty. Yes, you can hear me. That's good. I like that. We're calling this year 20 plenty, 24 plenty rather, because it's the year 2024. And today I want to deal with just an introduction to what we're going to be dealing with this year. I'm going to be bringing on this platform different sessions that are designed to equip, that are designed to empower, designed to equip somebody to literally get to the top of your career, of your business, of whatever it is that you're working on. And the idea is that by the end of this year, you can truly say that life and God has been good to you. At the end of this year, you can truly be able to say that you have prospered and that you are living a life of plenty. Now, when I talk about plenty, we're going to deal with all sorts of plenty. I'm talking plenty money, plenty good health, plenty good friends, plenty fortune, plenty great entrepreneurship, plenty in ministry, plenty in every area of your life. Literally an overflow in every area of your life. And that is the design, and that is the plan, and that is what we're going to be dealing with today. And so I will give you about 30 seconds. Just go ahead and share the link and let somebody know that we are live and that we are ready to go and we are ready to get the word out and help somebody out there. Okay, so let's see if I can do the same as well. I'll just share my link out and I'm gonna go for it. Okay, there we go. Awesome stuff. Okay, All right, I'm good to go. So let's see if we can do this together. So today, as we talk about plenty, I believe that it is God's will that we should prosper. I believe that it is the will of God that all of God's children do well in the here and now. That means that prosperity or having plenty, and not just financially, is not just for when we get to heaven. As a matter of fact, it's counterproductive to think that God put us here just for us to only enjoy a great life or successful life in heaven, because when we get there, I don't think we're going to be needing any of it. Now, there will be a Christian out there saying, oh, well, I just want Pastor David to lay hands on me and then the money will come into my account. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not that kind of pastor. I don't believe there is a blessing on laziness. I believe with all my heart that if we work hard, if we work smart, if we put the right tools in place and we do what we ought to do, we will get to the top and we will get the success that we all need. So today, I'm determined to just give you just 10 keys, 10 pointers as a brush stroke, as if you like a tester of some of the topics we're going to be dealing with this year in order to help somebody get to the very top. I'm going to give 10 keys that are designed to get you to the light, to a life of plenty. So just 10 keys as a tester tonight. And then from here onwards, we're going to be breaking things down. We're going to teach budgeting in full, goal setting in full. We're going to be teaching a lot of stuff in full, investments in full, whatever it is that you need, how to get started, different types of businesses and how they run and how to get started. We're going to be doing all sorts of things. Not only that, we will talk about how to maximize your career, how to rise to the very top of your career, regardless of what your career is, throughout the whole year. And so as we deal with 20 plenty, we're not just dealing with financial success, we're dealing with success in every area of your life. And I'm excited to share this with you. So let's kick straight away, kick on with tonight's subject. So number one, 10 keys I'm going to share tonight as we introduce 24 plenty. Number one, don't wish that problems would go away, but rather get better. It sounds simple, but it is critical. You must understand that in life, issues will always be there. I believe I was talking about this on Sunday. There will always be challenges, there will always be bills. As a matter of fact, the only time that you have no challenges, no bills, and nothing like that happening in your life, no adversity whatsoever, is when we put you in the ground. So you must understand that things will always be what they are. The rain will always come, the snow will always come, the sun will always come out and it will always set. Rivers will always flow, and there will always be haters and there will always be lovers. And there will always be gossips and there will always be people who will tell you the truth. So you will always have hills and you will always have mountains and you will always have valleys. As a matter of fact, there can be no night without any day. There can be no light without darkness. You can never know happiness without actually knowing sadness or what it feels like not to be very happy. And so we understand that life will go on as it is. And so the first point I want to introduce to you today as we dig into 2024 plenty is don't wish for problems to go away. Don't pray for the devil to die, because if he could be killed, I'm sure Jesus, Jeremiah, Moses, and Elijah, and Elisha, and all of these powerful anointed men of God could have killed him. So don't wish for him to die, but get better. And so that's the first thing we're going to do. So this year, 2024, we're going to get better. What do I mean by that? If it is family wholeness you're believing God for, you're going to get better at being nicer to your family. Okay, you can't be mean to them expecting family wholeness, for instance. If you're expecting to prosper, you're going to have to get better. You're going to have to increase your income, for instance. Because most Christians, and this podcast is a little Christian-y because we're combining the theme and introducing the theme. A lot of people who are in the church today go around blaming the devil for everything that they're going through. And yet, most of the time, the back really stops with you, or should stop with you. And you must understand that until you get better and increase your income, you will probably always be praying about financial issues. In fact, a lot of people in church don't want us to talk about money or talk about things like this. And yet, 90% of all the prayer requests, if you were to eavesdrop into people's prayer points, you will find that they are linked to finances. And so we are determined this year to help somebody break free from the realm of contentment, being content, rather, from the realm of limitation, from the realm of not having enough. And so, number one, understand that you're going to have to get better this year. Number two, have a budget. I'm giving brushstrokes. You're going to have a budget. Gone are the days when you're just going to get up and go spend anyhow. From this day forward, as we roll out 24 plenty, you're going to have to understand that understanding what goes out of your account is critical. You can't be in a position of darkness anymore where you don't even know where your finances are going. You must know where your money is coming from to start with. You must understand how much is coming in versus how much is going out. There's a very simple formula to being wealthy or being broke, and it's literally a mirror of the same formula. To be wealthy, spend less than you earn. To be broke, spend more than you earn. Very simple. So a budget is going to be critical this year. We're going to teach simple budgeting throughout the year on one of the podcasts. Number three, set up automated savings. In other words, with your savings, don't take the chance that you will have enough discipline to put some money aside. Set up a standing order. Make sure it goes out before it even comes to you, before you get the chance to spend it, before you get the chance to make a decision on it. Set up automated savings. In other words, don't just have one account, have accounts where you can send money to. As a matter of fact, if you're watching me right now and you have a lot of money in your current account, which gives you zero interest, you're probably already getting it wrong. So you want to make sure you've got high interest accounts that you can set up automated savings into. In other words, you are taking the decision every month or every time you make money out of your hands, because it will go automatically into that pot or whichever pot you have set aside. Number four, you're going to have financial goals or set financial goals. Now, we're going to teach goal setting again. We've done a podcast on, in fact, the first episode we did on this podcast was goal setting. And we're going to revisit this and specifically look at financial goal setting. You must have financial goals. In other words, having no goals is wishful thinking. You can desire to prosper this year. You can talk about it. You can pray about it. You can speak in tongues. You can sing about it. But until you set goals in place that can be followed through, it's wishful thinking. And we will be here in December, crossing over into 2025, and you will still be in the same place. But I refuse for that to be your position this year. I am not leaving anybody behind who is willing to come with us. We are going all the way to the top, and we're not leaving anybody behind. That is why I'm determined to bring as many tools and lessons that I can to these sessions on the Wednesdays, that we can help somebody to get to the very top. Obviously, on Sundays, we'll do a Bible version of it. But on the Wednesdays, we will get more practical as we go along. So today, we're doing a brush stroke just to give you a head start so you can get started the right way, being the first Wednesday of the year. And so I'm dealing with 10 keys, 10 ways how you can get to the top and get to enjoy 24 plenty, a life of plenty. Number five, do not wait anymore. Number five, procrastination is not your friend. Don't wait anymore. When you hear this podcast, when you hear me say these things, we keep saying 24 plenty. Let's hashtag it all over social media. 24 plenty, 24 plenty. Change your mindset. Get going, get started. Don't wait until everything is in place, because that may never happen. Nobody has everything in place, including the most successful person out there. So don't wait for everything to be in place. Get started today. Now is the time. Today is the day. Write down what you are believing God for. Write down where you're going and get started. Some of you have been thinking about doing something for a long time, yet you haven't started. The time has come for you to make a move. Get started. Oh, but I don't know everything. Don't worry. We will be bridging the gap throughout the year. Watch out for these podcasts. We're going to be bringing practical sessions that are going to help you, not only on this platform, but you have tools in the palm of your hands. You got the internet. You got libraries. You got tools everywhere to bridge the knowledge gap, which is one of the points we're going to talk about today. Number six, make sure you have an emergency fund this year. I've talked about this many times, but I'm bringing it again. Please make sure you have an emergency fund. If you don't have one, you will trip yourself up halfway through your progress. You will start the year well, you will start accumulating and doing well, But because you have no emergency fund, a problem will arise and you will deplete everything and you will be back to zero, back to beginning. Make sure you set aside an account that is just for emergencies. Set up an automated, you remember the automation we talked about? Automatically put money towards it before you get the chance to spend it or touch it. Take the decision out of your hands, even for your emergency fund. I would like to believe by the end of the year, everybody listening to this podcast, if you're in England, make sure you have £1,000 set aside for emergency. If you're in America, make it 1,500. Okay, make sure you have that set aside for an emergency day. If you are watching us from Zambia, and I know some of you are, make sure you have minimum 30,000 kwacha set aside for emergencies. And whichever country you're in and wherever you're watching from, try to do the equivalent of £1,000 and make sure that you have that emergency port. That is how you're going to get to the top this year. Okay, number 7, avoid debt as much as you can. But on the flip side, understand the power of good debt. Avoid getting into debt. What do I mean by that? Unnecessary debt, unwise debt. I don't want to use the word foolish. I want to be nice tonight. So don't get into debt because somebody has a handbag that you also want to have, but you can't afford it. Don't get into debt by spending on liabilities. A liability is anything that costs you money, and anybody too. Some of the associations we have are liabilities because they cost us. However, on the other hand, an asset is something that brings you increase, or something that gives you the advantage or adds value to you. So this year, make a decision. I'm going to spend more on assets, less on liabilities. I'm going to borrow less. I'm going to use my credit card less. Or if I'm going to use it, I'll make sure I know how to utilize it. Make sure it's under 48% utilization. That way, you are not only helping your credit score, but you are on your way to 24 plenty. But on the other hand, understand the power of good debt. There are some loans or some funds that you can get on a good interest that are designed for an investment, that are designed to create further wealth. Even the largest companies out there in the world, think of any large company you can think of. I can tell you right now, they have borrowed, but it has been good debt in order for them to create more wealth, and they've easily managed to pay back what they borrowed because it was good debt. So understand the power of good debt. I can't wait to get my book, Money Wisdom, into your hands, because it's got this and so much more, 100 times more. And I'm going to be rolling out some of the sessions in that book in this podcast. Let's see if we can move this along. Number 8, I believe I'm at number 8. Number 8, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself this year. I have spent a good part of the past 10 months, almost a year now, 11 months, or actually 11 months, investing in myself. I've gone underground, learning, redeveloping, reevaluating, rediscovering, and just developing myself. I have enjoyed it, and I'm still enjoying it. An amazing, amazing experience that I've had. There is nothing more important in your way to the top than self-investment and self-development. Listen, if you did your first degree years ago, my first degree was what? Over 10, I think almost 20 years ago or something like that, if not more. Listen, if you did your degree years ago and you're thinking you're still educated today, you are kidding yourself. You are a dinosaur. Things have changed. You've got to continuously develop yourself. A certificate done today, a current, modern, up-to-date certificate is more powerful than a 20-year-old degree. I can tell you that right now. So it doesn't matter how many degrees you did a long time ago, you must keep learning. The world is changing. The world is moving forward. The world is progressing, and you must progress as well. You must change. You cannot allow yourself to become a relic. You can't allow yourself to become a dinosaur. You cannot even afford to stay in the dark. The world is changing. Technology is developing fast every day. Governments are changing. People are changing. Kids today are more clever than we were when we were young. Things are different. Make sure you bridge the knowledge gap. Keep learning. Never stop learning. Develop yourself. Bridge the knowledge gap. You want to do a certain business? You don't know how to do it? There is knowledge out there. Get understanding. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and you know you're getting what? Get understanding, you know you're getting get wisdom, get understanding, you know you're getting. You know what I'm saying? Proverbs 4:7. So listen, it is the principal thing. Get the wisdom you need, but more than anything, get the understanding that you need. I know people have said, well, experience is the best teacher. I can tell you right now that they're right. The only issue here is it doesn't have to be your experience. It can be somebody else's experience. You don't have to make the same mistakes somebody else made. You can learn from other people's mistakes and do it better and get ahead quicker. Okay, you can do this. Do not assume to know everything. The day you think you know everything is the day you start dying. Keep on learning. Be a fast learner, be an active learner, rather, be a continuous learner, and do not become a relic. Okay, I hope that point came across. If you want to get to the top, if you want to enjoy a life of plenty, if you want to be a part of 24 plenty, invest in yourself. You listening to this podcast is investing in yourself. That is powerful. You should be proud of yourself. That's a good thing. It means you are willing to develop, you're willing to learn, you're already on track to the top. And make sure you read some good books this year. Read some good journals this year. Do a small course this year. Not so that you can get a job necessarily, not so you can place a certificate on the mantle. No, but to develop yourself. And unless you have that intrinsic motivation to learn and develop yourself, it's not going to happen. This podcast is not going to help you. Any New Year's resolutions are not going to help you unless on the inside you are determined to really prosper this year. That's the only way you're going to get to the top. It doesn't matter who says whatever. Unless you are willing to do this, it's not going to happen. And I hope that you are, my friends out there who are watching me from wherever you are joining us from. Listen, if you are watching us from wherever, you are live with me, David, as I introduce 24 Plenty. We're going to be bringing many sessions this year to equip you to have no excuse to prosper and to get to the top. But today, we're introducing by giving you just 10 keys to really enjoy 24 Plenty this year in the area of finance in this particular episode today, even though we will touch every area of life, including career advice and different other things. We will literally be doing live coaching and mentorship right here throughout the year in the podcast. Number nine, develop multiple streams of income. Cast your bread upon many waters, a wise man once said, and after many days you will find it. Diversification of investments is not a world invention. Solomon in the Bible already talked about this. Listen, you cannot put all your eggs in your job. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify and have multiple streams of income. And one of those, we're going to do a podcast separately on that, on how to generate passive income. It must be passive income. What do I mean by that? Passive income is money that you make while you're sleeping. This is money you make while you're not going to work. We're going to talk about the difference between being employed and being self-employed and running a business and all those things. We will talk about all this throughout the year. But you must understand that you must have multiple streams of income. If you think you will get wealthy from just your salary, you can think again, because I know very few people rather who ever became wealthy from a salary. A salary is designed to pay you just enough to keep going back to work. And so understand that David is not saying quit your job today. No, David is saying keep working, but don't, when you get home, the Bible says during the day, work hard, but in the night, do not fold your hands. In other words, keep doing something on the side until you break even, until you're able to pay your bills from your side hustle, and now you can begin to wean yourself from your everyday job. Now, some of you are determined to work for the rest of your life. That's also okay. We're going to help you to get to the top of your career, so you don't have to just be mediocre and at the very bottom of the best for the rest of your life. Okay, I'll leave that alone for today. Let's deal with the last one, number 10. Number 10, just as important, look after your health, okay? Here is an equation for you that I want you to take away with you. No health equals no wealth. No health, no health. No health, no wealth, okay? No health, no wealth. No matter how much money you make, no matter how hard you work, if you lose your health, you will not be able to enjoy any of it. So this year, we're going to talk about that as well. We're going to talk about mindfulness. We're going to talk about how to live healthy. We're going to talk about how to look after yourself. We're going to talk about life-work balance in one of the podcasts. You must understand that you only have one life. Your body, your life is the last and final chance that you have to do this life that we call life in this lifetime on this planet, in our generation. Therefore, understand, you must look after your health. And all these topics that I've shared with you, all 10 of them today, I have not broken any of them down because we're going to be doing this throughout the year on every podcast. We're going to pick each one and break it down together in about 30 minutes and equip somebody out there and help somebody out there get to the very top. Because people say it's lonely at the top. Only selfish people say that. I don't want to get to the top by myself. No, I want to take as many with me as I possibly can. So please spread the word. I'll be coming here Wednesdays with the podcast, breaking down keys that are designed to get you to the top, proven keys. I hope today has been helpful. I can see that Lindy has done a summary for us. I nearly said Milan. We got Lindy tonight. Let me see if I can put it up on the screen for you. There we go. She's done a summary of all 10 for us today. So remember, great health equals great wealth. As a matter of fact, you can only work better and smarter and make good money and good financial decisions if your mental health is good, if your physical health is good. Listen, there's coming a time, if you don't look after your health, when you won't even be able to walk out of the house to go to work. And if you haven't even put anything aside, you are in trouble. You got to look after your health. You got to look after what you eat. You got to look after, some exercise. It doesn't have to cost you a fortune. It doesn't have to be at the gym. You can exercise out of the gym. If you cannot afford the time and the money for the gym, and mind you, I said the time and the money, because many people sign up for the gym because they have the money, but they don't have the time, so they end up just donating to the gym, making the gym owner wealthy instead of keeping that money in your pocket or investing it elsewhere wisely. And so what I said was, if you don't have enough time and money, and I'm deliberate about that, is to say that if you don't have the time, you have the money, invest your money elsewhere. Invest in some home equipment, okay, or in something else that will generate further income. We'll talk about the doubling effect of finances. So much I have to share with you guys. And Melon has her own summary. I'll put that up as well. Listen, guys, I will let you go for now. My desire and my plan throughout the year is to be with you for half an hour and no more if we go over just a few minutes, so that we can keep it punchy and keep it good and not take up too much of your time. But I'll be back at least 3 of the Wednesdays, or two of the Wednesdays. Actually, let's make it 2 Wednesdays every month. I will come with a podcast to equip somebody to get to the very top. The other 2 will leave, one for the Made by Grace show, and the other one, I come and teach the word of God right here. But listen, I love you guys. Appreciate you. And I will see you, Grace Church Global Family Church, on Sunday. Otherwise, for everybody else joining us from around the world, we love you. We appreciate you. And remember, this is the year when you truly get to prosper. And I can't wait to see you at the top. I cannot wait to hear the testimonies. With our coaching that I do and the mentorship, I have seen people break into the million floor. I've seen people become very successful, and the same thing can happen for you. Listen, you are not destined to be a failure or to be out and by. You're too blessed to be cursed, too blessed to be stranded, and too blessed to be stuck. I love you guys, and I appreciate you, and I will see you in our next podcast. I appreciate all of you guys. I may not have mentioned you, but I see you all. There you are. We will have your comments on there. But God bless you guys. Share these links. They stay on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and on our website permanently, so you can go back and listen to the notes over and over and over again. Consider this a course the whole year. We're going to do a whole curriculum. It's like taking on a new degree, which they never taught us at school. Nobody taught how to prosper at school. Nobody taught how to accumulate at school. Nobody taught financial wisdom at school. They taught us a lot of other things, but not practical things that we really need to get to the top. And I am determined to share with you. God bless you. I will see you next time. Stay blessed. Keep the faith. Keep the joy. And don't ever lose your joy. Whatever you do, I know circumstances change, but the joy of the Lord is your strength. So you should never, ever lose that, even when happiness takes a break from you because of something that has happened in your life. I love you guys. Appreciate you. And I will see you next Wednesday. Ciao for now. Ciao, ciao.